The concept of a growth factory is a need that is actually very broad-based. The ability to replicate and build a growth factory, whether you are two women in a garage, whether you're a large company, or even whether you're a country, is critically important to the future. When we say innovation is our lifeblood, it is what we live and breathe. And that shows in a long 175-year history.
A lot of the businesses that P&G is in today, that we were the creator of the category. We were the first ones to launch a commercial disposable diaper. We developed a toothpaste that contained fluoride. We invented the first synthetic laundry detergent. Unfortunately, in the year 2000, we lost our way from an innovation standpoint.
We ran into these bumps in 2000 where our growth stalled, and we, for a time, lost focus.
We had to deliver close to $2.5 billion in incremental sales. Think of that as creating another brand almost the size of Tide each and every year. An internal analysis indicated that only 15% of our projects were meeting their intended growth goals. Another way of saying it is 85% of them were failing.
There were a number of folks inside P&G who were reading and exploring the thoughts that Clay Christensen was laying out in The Innovator's Dilemma. There is always a threat of disruption, and anyone who thinks that there is not may not be around in another decade. It's sobering when you look back at Fortune 100 statistics. I think P&G turned to Innosight because they brought a science to disruptive market innovation that we needed to systematize and to spread across our company. When you're building a growth factory, you have to start with the raw materials. And really, that consists of people and ideas. As we started to reach externally, we kicked off our Connect and Develop effort, which really was simply saying that there were a lot more ideas outside of P&G's walls than inside. It results in different assembly lines. Part of improving our innovation success rate is getting clear on the different categories of innovation. As we think about sustaining innovation, as we think about disruptive innovation, as we think about transformative innovation and commercial innovation, these are all categories that now across P&G we can talk with one language about what is needed in any given situation.
We had this fascinating, idea about the role that probiotics could play, for a product that ultimately became a line, and what that could do to improve digestive health and digestive comfort. We placed a small bet. We started to ship some of this product to market. That was probably one of the smartest things we did in terms of rapidly progressing the Align product.
We realized as part of our growth factory efforts that Tide could be much more than the product it was. One of the accelerators on this learning process is Innosight's Jobs to be Done framework. You can't simply talk with consumers and ask them for things that they've never conceived of before. You must spend time with them. You must observe their behavior. We found that the dry cleaning arena was one where there was a great deal of dissatisfaction.
We said, we don't know. It's a very good idea. Let's open one or two dry cleaners and we'll learn.
The experience of Tide dry cleaners, consumers tell us, is like none other. Tide has transformed that experience. We as a company strive to move from serving over 4 billion consumers to 5 billion consumers. A small company in rural Northwest India was doing water purification and telemedicine to consumers that were making $2 a day. And it was exactly on point with what we were looking to do in reaching more consumers, and that allowed us to grow this business and touch tens of thousands of lives. The results do speak for themselves. We have dramatically improved our innovation success rate, moving from what was around 15% to over 50%. And we have really seen that the growth factory is one that can be replicated and sustained.
If you look at the period of 2000 to 2010, even in the years after, we have delivered our growth goals.
But it's much more than the numbers. There is a confidence inside P&G that the approach that we've taken, the systematic approach enabled by Innosight, can continue to drive our growth factory and help us meet our goals for many years to come.